Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I am going to be showing you guys why we had to absolutely pull this 4.6 liter motor out of my 2000 Mustang GT. So let's get into today's video. Alright, now that you guys have heard the noise, to me, even before I bought the car and I heard it start up in the guy's yard, the noise isn't coming from the front, the middle, nowhere in the front of the motor. It's actually coming, but it almost sounds like it's coming from the bell housing, how far in the back of the motor it is. But we're not sure about anything. It could be something hitting the flywheel. It could also be that the crankshaft that they use and they reuse the main bearings and connecting rod bearings, so it could be any number of things. But with a noise that loud, I'm pretty sure once I remove the crankshaft, we're gonna see exactly where the damage is, and we're gonna be able to pinpoint what's wrong with the motor. So the only thing left to do is take it out and put it on the stand. As you guys have just seen, we pulled the motor out of my 2000 Mustang GT. It has some long tube headers on it, which were incredibly hard to remove because somebody welded the flanges together on both sides. So I had to cut them off, and trying to remove the tranny mount, I ended up putting this nice little gash right there. Let me see if it'll focus, in my arm. But the motor's finally out. In the next video, not this video, we're gonna be tearing this thing down, putting it on the engine stand, and trying to figure out why we were getting that loud knocking noise in the back of the motor. Now, my theory is that there has to be something either to do with the two pistons and rods that are actually in the back, or the thrust washer wasn't set properly or something like that, because the motor does run and it sounds like it runs pretty good, but it knocks. So pulled it, We're gonna put this thing on the stand. We're gonna figure out what actually went wrong with it. This was the whole basis of me getting this car, and I got it for pretty cheap just because the person had no idea what was going on with the motor. They tried to pay someone to repair it. They swapped the crank. They put a 4-valve crank in it. A lot of people do that, but the 2-valve cranks have been proven to be just a bit stronger. I believe, like I said, I believe the problem is that thrust washer in the back of the motor, or something to do with the pistons and rods that are in the back there. Reason being is because the noise is only coming from the back of the motor. You could hear from the front cylinders, you can't hear any noises at all. It's only coming from the back. So it makes no sense guessing. I'm gonna have to open that thing up. I'm gonna have to check it. I'm gonna have to take the crank out, and probably before I do, I'm gonna grab the connecting rod caps and see if I can shake them. If they can be shaken, then that'll tell you that something's wrong with the bearing or the cap or the crank itself. I'm gonna grab the rods and shake those as well. That'll mean the wrist pins are bad. So there could be a number of things that'll cause that noise, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with that crankshaft, and they reused all the bolts from an old crankshaft and main caps, and you're not supposed to do that with these Fords. You're supposed to run new bolts or get ARP bolts. So it could be a number of things why this motor is actually making that noise. My goal, like I said in the previous video with this thing, is I want to get it back to stock factory form just so we can beat the brakes off of it. It has a nice clutch kit on it. I'm going to show you guys when I tear this apart and take the tranny off of it. The goal for it is just to bring it back to stock form and get it right. Not get it where it's making noises or it's going to be out the car every few months. No, I want to get it right and just be able to drive this thing pretty nice. The AC system looks like it's pretty much all intact and all there. So this will probably be the first time ever in my life that I keep AC in a sports car. And it's just because all the components in there. Usually I rip all those things out even if the AC works. So it's summertime. That's probably what's convincing me that I need to keep the AC in the car. But yeah, I'm gonna try to bring this thing back. I'm gonna put a nice sound system in it. The trunk, it's actually not even a trunk anymore. They turned it into a speaker box. I'll have to show you guys that in another video. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what's actually wrong with this motor and to see if I can actually fix it without spending a lot of money. That's always the gist of what I do here on this channel, trying to turn nothing into something. But that's all I have for you guys for today. We have the 4.6 out. It is on the ground. It's going to go on the engine stand in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Always remember, don't drift without your dreams. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.